In recent months, the head of the paramilitary Wagner group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, has been in the spotlight for repeatedly criticizing the Kremlin over their handling of the so-called military operation. While Prigozhin originally focused his attacks on the defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, and their chief of staff, in the past couple of weeks, he's attacked Putin personally, and even asked—
Oh, don't drink your tea, bro. Don't touch your boxer short. That guy's oh, we can't do that.
His Telegram channel, which has nearly 500,000 followers, whether they would vote for him over Putin in a presidential election. So
okay, that's like, this is straight up Nazi Germany. Like Gestapo, SS trying to maybe do something against Hitler. There's so many parallels to Nazi Germany in Russia lately.
In this video, we thought we'd take a look at Prigozhin's presidential aspirations.
He's gonna get car bombed.
Whether he can leverage Wagner's success in Ukraine to catapult him into the Grand Kremlin Palace. Born in St. Petersburg in 1961 to a Jewish father and a Russian mother, Prigozhin originally aspired to become a professional athlete before becoming involved in criminal activities like theft, fraud, and break-ins, which eventually landed him in prison.
And now he's a big figure in Russia, man.
He spent most of his 20s. His release from prison then coincided with the fall of the Soviet Union, which is when he began his career in catering by opening a hot dog stand.
Damn, what a career, bro. That guy's like a movie. Now he's catering death and destruction and human rights violations.
So the question probably is, how did a petty thief turned street food seller become a powerful oligarch within Putin's inner circle?
That's a good question.
Well, no one is actually certain. But
Great
what we
moral
do
character.
know is that Prigozhin found partners to open a series of fine restaurants in St. Petersburg. In fact, in 1996, he founded a company called Concord Catering, which started to receive government contracts to supply schools, the military, and even venues in the Kremlin. Putin would even visit some of these restaurants to celebrate his birthdays. Now, combined, these contracts are estimated to be worth billions of dollars, making Prigozhin incredibly wealthy as a result. And he even managed
Imagine your local hot dog cart man ends up a war criminal.
to pick up the nickname of Putin's chef. Aside from that, according to the US Department of Defense, Prigozhin used the parent company of Concord Catering, the Concord Management and Consulting Company, to operate a troll farm called Internet Research Agency, with the goal of influencing
The IRA. Come out, ya black and tans!
the outcome of the 2016 presidential election won by Donald Trump. And although he originally denied these claims, Prigozhin has actually started owning up to it, admitting in 2022 that we interfered, we are interfering, and we will—
He's saying himself they interfered, and he had a troll farm company. Still denying that Russia has influenced the election, trying to make Trump voted is ridiculous, man. And that's where I was also stupid. I would have voted Trump in the first election, and I think that was really dumb, man. I was very stupid myself. And why is Russia doing that? Because Russia knows Donald Trump would have and did massively stabilize the biggest enemy of Russia, the USA. The Democrats didn't really do very well either, you know?
was no longer just a chef. Even before he got into the paramilitary game, it was obvious that he was a serious political actor with close ties to Putin. However, it was the founding of the Wagner Group in 2014 that really made him a household name among Kremlin watchers. That's because Wagner helped Russia to invade Crimea in 2014.
They already invaded someone in 2014? What?
And later became contracted by governments around the world struggling with insurgents.
Imagine Bernie would have
Libya,
been
the
against
Central
Trump,
African
man, right?
Republic, and Mali.
How did he go from food to mercenaries, man?
All of this was very convenient.
Thank you, Ace Iona, my brother. Thank you so much,
because
man.
Wagner is only semi-accountable to the Russian state, which means they can be brutally effective while providing Putin and the Kremlin with a degree of plausible deniability. This also allows the Kremlin to cover up the true cost of their wars.
He had a
because
secret
the
focus
deaths
tree.
and military expenditure
He
of
needs
these
meat for hot
groups
dogs.
don't show up in official statistics, even when they're indirectly funded by the Kremlin. As a result, then, it's unsurprising that Wagner has also played an important role in the most recent invasion of Ukraine, using thousands of prison convicts and under direct command.
This is just like pure evil, bro.
Prigozhin's popularity among Russian nationalists has apparently encouraged him to actually take on Putin. Previously, Prigozhin had mostly focused his ire on the defense minister, Sergei Shoigu. However, when Ukraine was advancing on the flanks around Bakhmut, Prigozhin escalated his attacks. In early May, he recorded a voice message where he claimed that Wagner was, quote, using their ammunition to stop the fleeing servicemen of the Russian army.
Prigozhin invited the leaders of Russian Defense Ministry to Bakhmut to stop their fleeing troops. He also said Wagner PMC was using their own ammunition to stop fleeing servicemen. Just Russian things, huh?
Apparently implying that Wagner had been shooting at other Russian troops, and described the so-called special military operation as a, quote, stupid war. Perhaps most astonishingly, though, he released a video where he seemed to implicitly describe Putin as the happy grandpa and an asshole. The video itself is worth watching in full just because of how remarkable it is that Prigozhin would take this tone with Putin.
Damn, I mean, Prigozhin isn't stupid. Why would he do that, man? NKVD moment. Why would you go against Putin, bro? Jesus.
Prigozhin then
He's still getting
published
poisoned.
a
He probably has a lot of
telephone
defense
poll on
around
his Telegram
himself.
channel, presumably conducted by
It looks like he's making moves to become president or some shit, like a coup. Imagine the leader of Wagner will take over Russia, man. Like, bro. That's like fucking Heinrich Himmler. It's like, okay, now I'm taking over.
Asking Russians who they would vote for as president of Russia. Putin or Prigozhin.
Let them silver themselves.
According to the poll, Putin is still the fan favorite, with 42.5% support to Prigozhin's 39.7%.
That's not right. That's real
pretty
numbers.
Close.
No fucking
Regardless,
way.
if we take all of this action at face value, it looks like Prigozhin is getting ready to challenge Putin for the presidency. So let's get straight to it.
This is like
What
a
are his
fucking TV
chances?
show, right?
It looks like Prigozhin is getting ready to challenge Putin for the presidency. So let's get straight to
There's
it.
a trailer for
What
the
are his
offensive? I haven't,
chances?
yeah.
Well, while Prigozhin
We live,
is
chat, we live in a world where there is trailers for real-life offensives.
generally popular among Russian nationalists, and anyone in Russia who's paying close attention to the special military operation, he's not a household name in the rest of Russia. And this is demonstrated by other polling. A telephone poll conducted in Russia in early May, for example.
Telephone poll. Spasiba, hello, who is this? Hello, this is Ivan. Hello, hey, suka, suka, suka. Hello, brother, blad. Please turn off Counter-Strike. Stop feeding Mitten Dota. We're trying to figure out who would you vote for. Blad. Okay, Vladimir Putin. What the fuck is a phone poll? It's not 1961.
Found that 30.2% of Russians would support Putin in the 2024 presidential election, while just 2% would support Prigozhin.
Yeah, that makes sense. But hey, Putin has only 32? Holy shit, man.
While this does remarkably make him the second most popular candidate on the list, ahead of Navalny on 1.8%, it goes to show that even if he is popular in nationalist circles, he's pretty unknown in the wider Russian public. And this is in some sense unsurprising, given how much control the Kremlin has over Russia's media landscape. Few Russians actually see Prigozhin's Telegram rants. Instead, most Russians watch Russian state media, which tells them that the special military operation is going well, and Putin...
Dude, don't these kids have, like, internet and shit? Don't they, like, know what's happening?
Putin is...
Dude, that was ESEP's division in my America campaign right here. That's him.
...doing really well. That's why, according to the Levada Center, Putin's approval ratings are actually at a 5-year high right now, with 83% of Russians approving and just 14% disapproving, with a net approval rating of positive 60.
And dude, call me a toxic, but then you don't deserve any better. Then you don't deserve any better.
So even if we take all of this polling data with a pinch of salt, it's at least clear that Putin is still very popular in Russia. So what does this all mean for Prigozhin's longer term?
Wasn't there a meme where this jacket is from the Western capitalist world and it's like 800 euros or some shit?
Popular in Russia.
I don't know if that's true.
So what does this all mean for Prigozhin's longer term presidential chances? Well, given that he's not popular with either the Russian masses or Kremlin elites, at least for the moment, his chances don't look great. And the only real chance for Prigozhin is if the special military operation goes so badly that it triggers a revolution inside Russia.
It looks though that Russians are very unkeen to revolutionize. The Russians are, and I get that it's hard. You're going to prison, man. You're getting fucking shot and shit. Not easy rising up, man.
Ultimately, we'll have to wait and see what happens next in this story. But honestly, it seems like there's a new
So Nazi shit, right? Look at this. This is straight up from 1940, bro.
news story basically every hour.
There's a trailer for the offensive. What the fuck? There's trailers now. It's clever though. Nowadays, warfare is digitally, and you have to influence the public opinion of a war with social media. It makes total sense, yeah. Oh shit, man. Slava!
Україно, рідна земля
It's like a
мати.
fucking video game, dude. Thank you, Virtuine.
Господь, Отець наш Небесний,
Jesus Christ.
благословіть. Я йду знищувати!
I respect this motherfucker so much. HOI4. It's like you're watching a fucking mobile game, right? In a second, it's turning into a mobile game. Beat your enemies in the field with creator code TommyKay.
Нехай рука моя буде твердою!
That's a fucking real life fight game. Holy shit.
Нехай око моє буде ясним!
Isn't that Leopold from Germany?
Нехай зброя моя буде справною! Нехай воля моя буде сталь! Україно!
That is a
рідна
real
земля
Wagner
мати!
right here, dude.
Господь, Отець наш Небесний, благословіть!
Dude, this makes me want to fight, bro.
Нашу святу перемогу!
Dude, that guy looks scary, man. All the best to them, man. All the fucking best. Didn't see a single rainbow flag. How are they promoting diversity and inclusion?
What are you still doing here, mate? Jeez. Well, if you want to see more, click these videos. Have fun. Looking good, boy.